What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for lineups.com. Let's look at a little week 7 survivor. If you're still alive, congrats to you. You are probably outlasted about 2/3 of your pool so far. So that's an accomplishment on its own. You can see this article over here at lineups right now. Noops has an article on he thinks how this is going to play out in week number 7. We can take a look here at some potential plays. I mean, the Steelers are 5.5-point favorites. If you're catching this in time on Thursday night, not for me, not a play that I like to do. A Thursday night road divisional, yeah, not for me, not really my style. Chiefs are 12-point favorites at home over the Raiders. Bears are 5-point favorites at home over the Saints. You also have the Patriots on the road as 7-point favorites over the Titans. A little bit further down here, you get the Broncos as full touchdown favorites over the Giants. And then if you want to play a road team, Packers 6.5-point favorites over the Cardinals on the road. And then the Lions 5.5 at home against the Bucks. So if you're in Circa, we've talked about this, like the Chiefs and the Lions just mean so much down the line because of their holiday week value that I can't go there. I can't even make them a consideration this week. If you are in just a traditional pool where you don't have to play holiday weeks, definitely strong plays. Obviously, Kansas City, the layup of the week. Brock Bowers not practicing again for the Raiders. Jacoby Myers not practicing for the Raiders. Even if they go, that obviously means they're not going to be 100%. And it's just a bad team anyway, and the Chiefs kind of coming into their own, getting Rashee Rice back this week. So perfectly fine play if you want to go in that direction in a traditional pool. Now, over in Circa, it gets a little interesting. Obviously, New England playing the worst team in the NFL, my 32nd rated power rank team in Tennessee. And I really like the way the Patriots are playing right now. I think everyone should like the way the Patriots are playing right now. You're only hold up to that. It is on the road, and if you buy into the whole dead cat bounce thing, fire the coach, team rallies around the interim coach thing and all of that, maybe you could also then make the narrative that New England rallies around their coach because he used to coach there and he's actually their current coach as opposed to, an interim coach. So I think we can make that argument as well. I think New England is a perfectly strong play, perfectly fine play. Unfortunately, not an option for me as I already used New England in week number 4. So I don't have them at my disposal. So not a team that I can even play this week, but I do think they're perfectly fine and perfectly good. The team that I think people are going to end up on if they do not play New England or Kansas City or don't have New England or Kansas City available is probably the Chicago Bears. And, I'll scroll down here. You can kind of read a little bit on Noop's thoughts here with the win probability on these teams. But at least over in Circa, the Bears as 5-point favorites. And you can even see, this is juice. It's heading to 4.5 most likely. It's not even going to be 5, but Bears are at home. Their second game out of a bye in which they looked better out of the bye. Ben Johnson looked like he made some adjustments and all of that. You're getting the Saints on the road outside of the dome. There might actually be a little weather, by the way, in this game, which in theory should help the Bears. They're the team that plays outdoors. Saints play in a dome. All that. And plus, when the hell else are you going to use the Bears? If you look at the Bears, it's like New Orleans home this weekend. At Baltimore, no. At Cincinnati, no. They do get the Giants at home in week 10, but by then, Jackson Dart will have started 5 games for that Giants team. You want to mess with Jackson Dart after 5 starts? If you're playing Chicago? Probably not, right? Then the Bears are at Minnesota, Pittsburgh, at Philly, then a bye, so you can't play them, If they're not playing, it's a bye. At Green Bay, you're maybe the case could be made if you make it to week 15, they have the Browns at home. But if you're looking all the way out at week 15, I think that's pretty rough. So I can't do it. I'm probably going to make the click on the Bears. I'm probably going to hate myself when I do it, but I'm probably going to make the click on the Bears. I think the other team that is the pivot off of the 2 chalk teams in the Patriots and the Chiefs would be, in my opinion, not the Thursday night game with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. Again, not going to do that. I think it's probably Denver at home against the Giants. And look, they're touchdown favorites. That's a lot, obviously. It's kind of one of those deals, though. Do you look at this and say, well, they get Vegas at home in week 10. That's pretty great. If I find myself in a pinch, they play Vegas again in week 14. That's at least a decent look. Jacksonville in week 16, depending on how both of these teams look by then. But I don't think you're going to love a click. Again, maybe Vegas at home in week 10. That would be, maybe Vegas at home in week 10. But I don't love picking on Jackson Dart right now. I think the dude can play. I think he's actually a good player. And that said, it's on the road against a really, really good defense. I mean, this Denver defense is every bit as good as advertised. And so if you're splitting entries, which I might split this week just since I don't love either one of the plays, I'll probably split them between the Bears and the Broncos. If I lose both, then so be it. I guess I would be losing, to two rookie quarterbacks. I'd be losing to two rookie quarterbacks on the road. I mean, what are you going to, I guess Spencer Rattler's not a rookie, but whatever, you get my point. Terrible team, on the road. So if I do that, I can live with myself, if I lose that way. But again, if you're in a traditional pool, as long as you have either or of the Chiefs or New England available, I would be going with one of those two for sure. But in Circa, I don't think you can. New England, actually, there's some availability. A lot of people still have the Patriots available. So you can go there for sure. Probably be the most popular pick this week, but rightfully so, going against the worst team in the NFL. Kansas City, you got to hold on to. And Detroit, you got to hold on to. So I think you really look and hone in at that point, if those teams aren't available to you, at Chicago, at Denver, and maybe even Green Bay on the road at Arizona. The only problem there with that one, to me, is you get Green Bay has Carolina at home in week 9. If you got in a pinch, they're playing the Giants in week 11. I think Minnesota's not very good. They play Minnesota in week 12. Then you get Chicago in week 14. Get Chicago again in week 16. I just think there's a lot of different spots that you can play Green Bay and feel pretty good about it, so long as you agree with everybody else's power ratings out there that Green Bay is one of the 5-6 best teams in the NFL. So, again, go ahead and check out what Noops has to say. Like I said, he certainly has, the Chiefs as number one as his recommendation this week. And, again, I cannot blame him at all. That's kind of where, if I had them available, they would be my play. I do not have them available. I have to go elsewhere. Probably going to go Chicago. Probably going to go Denver and move on. Hopefully at least one of them survives. Be great if both of them did. That would be for sure. Guys, go ahead, hit that subscribe button down below, and hopefully I see you back here next week, and we're all still in this thing, and we're all still going after one of those big checks. Good luck on all your Week 7 Survivor picks.